Hey everyone, my name is Desiree and I'm going to show you today how I do my eyebrows when I put my full face on. I'll show you some of the products that I use and a couple different options. So first I use my Makeup Forever brush, and it has a spoolie end and then it also has an angled end to make fine hairs and just get your eyebrows the way you like them. I like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I use the shade Taupe. It has a nice fine tipped end on it for you to make fine hairs and make things look natural. And then I like to also go in after the Brow Wiz and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder, and I use the shade Taupe as well, and with the darker and the lighter. And then I go over top of them with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. Now if you don't have the Anastasia, you can go to Walmart, CVS, any of those drugstore places and get the e.l.f. brand. And then the e.l.f. brand is also like taupe shades, kind of just like the Beverly Hills. This is kind of a gel though, not a powder like the Anastasia one is, but they work. And then I also really like this e.l.f. It's a double-ended. This end is a mascara, and then this end is an eyebrow gel. And this gel works just as well as the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's clear, it goes down, holds your brows in place. It's another option to use. So first off, I like to just spoolie mine up. So that you can shape them. And then I like to just take and do some really fine motions through here. And you can see that the color is starting to deposit. And then I kind of trail down to make your tail. And once I have this done, like I said, this is just very fine feather light because I'm not coloring them in, I'm just filling them in. There's a little bit of a difference, so it's not so dark, it looks a little bit more natural. Then I like to brush them downward so that you can see the top of them. And then I like to color this in, well, fill it in so it looks natural. And then create your arch. If you don't have a lot of arch to create it in there, I actually have a scar within here that I got when I was like 4. So it's a little difficult for me to fill that in appropriately and look super natural. So I just do the best that I can each time, and really it looks good. As you get to the tail, this is where you're gonna go a little bit darker because you want your tail to be darker than the frontwards part. You don't want that to be so dark because then it looks really fake, looks like you colored them in. So you want to just kind of have light natural strokes towards the front. So once I get this eyebrow looking the way I want it with a nice arch, then I go on to my other eyebrow. And I am left-handed, so if it looks a little different as you're going through it, that's why. But I tend to use both. So we're going to brush this one up as well, just like we did the last one. And then lightly fill in this front part here. And trail down, like I said, get a little bit darker as you go down towards your tail. And then I like to brush down again so that you can see where you're going here to create your arch. And some people are very fortunate they don't have to create an arch, so just follow your natural hairline and that should give you a nice arch like that. And if you don't want them super arched, you can have them a little more rounded, whatever you like. Then I like to just check, make sure if they look about the same. Sometimes I get one a little more arched than the other. Just go back in and kind of fix them. Okay, so once I get those penciled on with the Brow Wiz, then I like to go through with the brow powder and take the dark end here, and this is what I like to use on my tail. I like to use the powder on top of the pencil. I think it helps to set it before you use the gel. lighter side, and that is what I use on this end here, the front part of it, of your eyebrow. And I don't use a lot of it because since you already penciled in with it, it's giving it some definition, so this just helps to add a little bit to it. It helps to set it. Then I don't take anything on my brush, no more extra product, and then that's when I go towards the front here and then turn my brush upwards and just mimic the hairs. So once that is done and gone through, then I like to brush through with the spoolie. And as you can see with this eyebrow, in the camera it looks a little jank, but it's because of my scar. When you look at it face to face, it's completely normal. So once you're finished with this, if you think that it's too arched or too thick or something like that, a lot of people will cut their eyebrows. So they use concealer up here to just cut them out and make them more pronounced. I do that sometimes when I'm going to be wearing makeup for a long period of time, on a night out with my husband, something like that. Then I like to cut them. So I'll go ahead and do my other eyebrow. And then I'll take the light side, the lighter powder, and run through this. And then just towards the front here with no extra product, flicking it upwards to mimic hair. So this is what they look like when they're finished with that. And then I add my brow gel just to hold them in place. This is, like I said, just a clear brow gel. So this is how I do my eyebrows. This is the finished product. And they're a little hard to see with this lighting. I'll try and do some different lighting next time. And then next time I'll try and do a full face so that you can see them with a full face of makeup. Thank you very much. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Thanks.